I don't want people to get it misconstrued or whatever the case may be. He's a hell of a fighter. Hell of an IQ, great punching power, good speed, and a really good boxing ability. A lot of people underrate that.
Big, stop.
That lawnmower, that's it. Jervonta does have a very athletic speed, quick reflex style. So you've got to sort of pressure intelligently. But while I have said in the past, and I still believe this, that Roach doesn't have that special thing like where he's got really fast hands or a really powerful punch.
Lamont Roach seems rattled after watching Gervonta Davis's explosive training clips ahead of their rematch. Roach admitted that seeing the footage lit a fire under him to train harder. He acknowledged Davis looked dangerous that night. Still, a real threat, and had landed the most damaging punch in their original clash.
How many rematches have you fought?
0.
What do you have to do to create enough separation where this don't happen again?
Whew, that's a good question. It's going to be based on my training camp. I have to push myself a little harder. If that didn't get me the win, and I have room. I definitely have room. I'm not going to lie, I have room.
You believe you fought the best Jervonta, or do you think he got some more gears?
100% for a fact. I think he might have some more gears, but I fought the best Jervonta that night. I don't want people to get it misconstrued or whatever the case may be. He's a hell of a fighter. Hell of an IQ, great punching power, good speed, and a really good boxing ability. A lot of people underrate that. Don't think because of what I did, y'all think y'all can just go in there and think y'all can have the same night, you know what I'm saying, or do the same thing. He still will go upside your head and crack you, and you know what I'm saying, you might end up on the floor. Everybody not built the same, and that's what people get it messed up. He did a whole lot of things that was good in that fight, a whole lot. And I'm telling you right now, if he wasn't as good of a fighter as he was, that would have been, you know what I'm saying, I would have steamrolled. Don't get that misconstrued. He's still the guy he is. It's just he ran into a guy that's on the same level.
Gervonta Davis is all in for this second showdown. He's training like a man with a mission to silence critics and remind everyone who he is. With razor-sharp focus, he's grinding harder than ever, determined to clean up past mistakes and leave no doubt that he still rules the lightweight division.
Hold on to the bed. Stop.
That lawnmower, that's it. Start that motherfucker.
I made the decision to train in DC because, you know, I haven't been in the coldness in a minute. I haven't even trained in the coldness in a minute, so I feel as though this will help me. I'm from Baltimore. He's not from DC. That's what I learned. I thought he was from DC too.
This time, Jervonta is playing no games. His camp looks sharp. Clips show him dancing around the ring with control and confidence. His footwork is crisp, his timing on point, and his movement smooth. He's not just putting in hours, he's training with intention. After what happened before, Davis knows he must outthink and outmove Roach.
Stop closing up. Gotta let it go. Keep turning, step around. Keep turning.
Davis isn't just slick, he's a powerhouse. In another clip, he's smashing the heavy bag like it owes him money. Each blow is full of heat. It's clear this is more than just a routine session. It's personal. The last fight left too many critics. Davis is now training like a man on a mission to dominate. Veteran trainer Teddy Atlas gave props to Davis's unique fight IQ. He praised Davis's ability to stay calm under fire, never forcing the action. Instead, Davis analyzes, then unleashes. Atlas says Tank's versatility, inside, outside, or mid-range, makes him unpredictable and dangerous. When locked in, Davis ranks among boxing's most complete threats.
He's going to try to get to us, but we're going to frustrate him. He doesn't get frustrated. He takes his time. He's deliberate. You know, a lot of times at the beginning, people thought he was just a seek and destroy missile. They thought he was just a guy that got to you. And they thought that he would get over anxious. He don't get over anxious. He takes his time. He slowly crosses closes those gaps. You know, inch by inch, step by step, and then he gets to you.
Even with the split opinions from the first Roach fight, Rolando Romero still backs Tank's class. He firmly believes Davis remains one of boxing's elites and called the draw a fluke. Romero stressed that one-off night can't erase greatness. He's confident the rematch will bring out Davis's true dominance again.
That people want to discredit Tank, he's still a pound for pound fighter.
Yeah. What do you think about that fight that happened? You thought it was just an off night, or?
Everybody has an off night. Everybody has an off night. Shit, I had a night with Cruz. Everyone has a night. It's boxing.
You want to run that back with Cruz or what?
Maybe down the line.
What makes Jervonta different is his raw knockout power. Unlike fighters who depend on slickness or combos, Davis can finish a fight with one perfect shot. Observers note he's patient. Once he finds rhythm, his punches become lethal. Roach looked sharp before, but most agree he can't match Tank's power if it heats up early.
Push back because Jervonta Davis is a puncher. So the extra aggression, you have to manipulate it little by little. You know, you have to instigate the extra aggression little by little. You have to get your timing in there. You have to get
my pushback.
And also, this is a southpaw. A southpaw sometimes takes a round or two extra to sort of get their timing, get your distances, because every southpaw is a little bit different. Right now, granted, they know each other. They fought in the amateurs, but it's still a lot of years away. And Jervonta does have a very athletic, speed, quick reflex style. So you've got to sort of pressure intelligently. But while I have said in the past, and I still believe this, that Roach doesn't have that special thing like where he's got really fast hands or a really powerful punch, he still has what I also said in the past, a very good IQ. He's very well trained and very intelligent. His thought process in the ring has a great sense of positioning and a great sense of understanding of where he is in the ring and how to react off that. Could he be a little aggressive, more aggressive? Sure, but you got to keep in mind that you're fighting a puncher who's coming from the southpaw stance and coming from the southpaw athletic angle. Personally, me, especially knowing what has been said about Jervonta behind the scenes for years that nobody brings out, and it kind of brings to light why they keep matching him with 15 and 20 to 1 underdogs. There is a rumor that behind the scenes, the Jervonta, there's a lot of bitch in him. There's a lot of front runner in him. If you push him, he will break, he will fold. It starts to add up because Lamont is from the DC area. They kind of know this. They grew up around him. They fought in the amateurs.
His father, who's his coach, has coached Jervonta in fights.
So that thing sort of comes to light where it's been held back from the public with the limited opposition level that Jervonta's fought most of his career.
Welterweight beast Jaron Ennis weighed in, saying Davis didn't dominate but started strong. Fans forget Davis landed the first clean shots and set the early tone. Ennis said the first fight hurt Davis's image more than his ring work. Now, Davis has the chance to bounce back and settle the score once and for all.
You know I gotta ask you about fights. Jervonta Davis, draw with Lamont Roach. People looking at it as controversial because of the whole knee. What'd you think of the fight?
It was a great fight. You know, I had it 7-5 Tank, or you can make it the draw. But I feel like Lamont, he did good. He did a great job, actually. You know, I just don't think he did enough to pull it off. You know, and I feel like people was overlooking what Tank was doing in the first like 5-6 rounds. You know, he was like boxing and frustrating him a little bit. You know, but Lamont, like I said before, Lamont did a great job. You know,
Yeah, some people had it Tank, some people had it draw, some people had it Lamont. Do you think Tank gets a lot of criticism for not knocking Lamont out and Lamont not being in big names, so they overblow it?
I think so. Yeah, and I feel like people just don't like Tank
to a point where any little thing, just because he ain't knock him out, he probably feel like that he lost and he didn't, or it was a draw. I feel like Tank was doing a lot of smart things in the beginning, moving a little bit too much, but I feel like he was still like frustrating him and things like that. And I think Tank did a good job. Like, he looked sharp to me. I don't know. People just be talking. At the end of the day, you can't please everybody.
Davis doesn't just want to win. He wants to dominate, send a message, and reclaim the throne. To him, this is about legacy, redemption, and silencing anyone who doubted him after the last draw. The hunger is different now. This isn't just a fight. It's a statement.
We got to talk about it. So Tank officially came out and says that he wants to put this rematch as early as May. Now, if that were to happen, Lamont Roach gets a second time to prove himself. Now, in my personal opinion, his stock has already risen. He is already known, but the fact that he went toe to toe with Tank on a decision that ended in a draw, whether he loses this second fight or not won't even matter. Because he's directly in line to go against the Keyshawn Davis, the Shakur Stevensons, and etc., the Devin Haney's, and etc. I can see him moving up and going against Devin Haney or Ryan Garcia or somebody like that. So many people to fight. Lamont Roach has definitely proven himself. But let's talk about something else. And that is the hairstylist situation. In my humble opinion, I believe she should have been quiet. As a hairstylist, there was nothing for you to say. No fan in boxing was going to look at them like, I don't want her braiding my hair. No one would have said that. But she hurt herself when she came out and publicly made multiple claims, got all these receipts that no one needed, no one asked for, saying, oh, this had no grease or oil in it. No one cares. Nobody even believes it. Sometimes it's best to remain quiet. But you guys let me know in the comments. Should she have remained quiet, or should she have did what she did, which is spoke up? You let me know.
After the first fight, Teofimo Lopez said it seemed like people started writing Davis off. That controversial result sparked whispers that Tank had lost something. Lopez believes Davis isn't just facing Roach. He's battling public opinion. This rematch gives him the stage to shut those doubts down for good.
I know a lot of people, look what they did with Jervonta too. I want everybody, all these young fighters that are listening to this, and you could clip this. It's a short part right here.
I got you.
To Ryan could clip this right here. To all you young fighters, look at the amount of love they were giving and sharing to Jervonta Tank Davis prior to the fight. Look at what all the reporters were doing prior to the fight. Look how they were all laughing at all his jokes prior to his fight against Lamont Roach. After the fight, look how many were waiting to down this man. Down him. See, I'm going to talk my smack with Tank, but that's because I want to fight him. That's me. I can say that. But I just want all you young fighters to really look about it. They don't care about us.
Yeah.
They won't ever care about us. When you winning, they're going to be there. But they're waiting for any moment to slip up. Just a man, even a draw. Look how much hate he got out of it.
Yeah, not to get deep, but it's a part of our psychology. We have to learn how to care about other people. You know what I mean?
The first clash with Roach turned out to be one of the most intense of Davis's career. Roach didn't just survive, he fought like a champ and exposed issues Davis hadn't faced. Fans noticed Davis struggled with distance and rhythm. Now we'll see if Davis adapts or if Roach really has his number.
Most notably, I'll just speak about a fight that, we just had with Jervonta Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach. My message to Tank after that fight, it was given a draw. A lot of controversy around Tank taking a knee due to hair band in his face or his eyes, so on, and burning his eyes. And, in my opinion, it was a competitive fight. The judges judged it as a draw. A lot of people were saying it was rigged, all these different things, so forth and so on. Whatever it may be. The fight is over.
Tank's trainer revealed they entered the first fight fully aware of Roach's skill. They had a smart game plan, it just didn't unfold well. Interestingly, they might stick with it in the rematch. Instead of switching everything, they'll sharpen what didn't click. That shows confidence. They believe the right tweaks can make it work.
Surprised by Roach and Tank. What do you think the biggest surprise was in the fight?
It wasn't a surprise because we know Roach. It wasn't a surprise. Roach can fight. A lot of people think because a person is not popular, they don't exist. There's fighters out there that can rumble. They just got to get the opportunity, you know?
Speaking of rematches, Jalil Hackett is getting his opportunity again to fight the guy that he had a controversial loss to. It'll be happening in Florida, I think, next week?
March 15th, I think.
Let's talk about
I'm rocking a major shirt now.
Yes, sir. Tell me, how's that rematch look like, and then what's the difference makers coming into this fight?
The first fight, I thought, everybody thought Jalil won. We just got to turn, hit the gears a little harder. We ain't really got to change too much. Just got to put the icing on the cake, Put the icing on the cake this time, that's all. He did enough to win the last fight, but we was in somebody else's territory,
This time around, being in Florida, do you feel like it's a mutual zone?
Yeah. It's more of an even playing field in Florida.
Okay. Do you feel like he needs a stoppage to win the fight due to what happened the first time?
Not necessarily a stoppage is good, but not necessarily.
Henry Garcia sees things differently. He thinks Davis may have been off mentally. Without Coach Calvin Ford in his corner, Davis might have lost his focus. Garcia even hinted at distractions outside boxing. If Davis wants to dominate next time, he'll need full mental clarity and peak physical condition, nothing less than 100%.
There's no way you could say Tank won. There's no way.
Do you think that he's diminished in some way, or do you think that just mentally he just wasn't there for the fight?
Well, a little bit of both. His age is catching up to him. His legs aren't there as he used to be, and he switched his trainer. That's could be another factor.
With Barry Hunter being the head trainer and Coach Calvin being outside.
Yeah, but he snapped at Calvin too. So that's there was something going on. I really don't know, and I couldn't really speculate on that because I don't know. But I know that something was bothering Tank. Because Tank is a good fighter, and he's out to hurt you, But hey, Lamont Roach stood his ground, and he did a great job.
One moment in the first fight sparked major debate when Davis dropped to a knee in round 9, but no knockdown was called. Fans and analysts were furious, saying that should have changed the outcome. Now, with the rematch looming, everyone wants closure. No questions, no drama, just a real decisive winner this time.
All right, man. Listen, it's been a couple of days since that Lamont Roach versus Jervonta Tank Davis fight. And look, you fooled me once, okay? I'm gonna let y'all get that. Y'all got that. But come on, man. This was a money fight, clearly, and also clearly Tank lost. I mean, there's no mistaken identity that Roach landed more punches, Tank had a higher percentage, but when we look at the punches and the punching power, it was Lamont Roach 8 rounds to 4. And then if you take in consideration that Tank took that knee, which count as a knockdown, the ref even started counting. I mean, there's nothing even to debate here. If they were tied without them even counting that, if you supposed to have counted that part, he would have actually lost the fight. It's a win for Lamont Roach. Get your bag, go out there and say you the only person that tied with Tank Davis. But man, if y'all fight, y'all better fight for real, because this, be real, man.
It's been a few days since that Roach versus Tank fight. And yeah, I'll admit it, you got me once. But come on, that was a money grab, and Tank lost. Period. Roach outlanded him. Tank's accuracy was good, sure, but Roach threw real shots. And if that knee was scored, Roach wins. Run it back the right way.